All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the true power with General Sarasu said he kicked back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to not only the Sarasu Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page, two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube, giving you nothing but black power, black divinity. You should subscribe immediately. Don't you dare hesitate. We got memberships for the family. All you had to do is look down in the video description in the chat. You'll see a link. Click it. You'll get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasu Seti General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new teachable website, uploading curriculums, certificate programs, and courses. The first up, 25 Steps to the Redemption of Definitive Black Manhood, created specifically for the brothers that's looking for a definitive program. I know the problems. Let me give you the answers. Let me get you where you need to be as far as, advancing in the eyes of the world, black manhood, brotherhood. This is a definitive program that you could join, and to get you along the way, we got a round table live stream for the brotherhood, sitting down discussing information that's for our, very important for our growth and development. So get on over there and check it out, fam. I know you're gonna like it and love it. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasu Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. I know you're going to like and love. Shop and save. Get over there. Check out the catalog. Shop and save and shop. Pull the fire alarm. GeneralSeti.com. Seti University. Over 2,500 videos. 40 different subjects. All the subjects that you know and love from the General. That's right. Old Mecca. Voyages of the Nile. Ancient Egypt. Nubia. From Naga to Nigger. African origins. The Hindu Kush, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Gnosticism, occultism, making of the white man, the black woman is God, and so many, many more. Get over there. There's not another website on the planet that could compare or compete. And everybody knows that they got the poppin'est page on Patreon by far. You should get over there and get access immediately to over 500 exclusive live streams that you cannot see nowhere else on the planet. Nowhere. There's no other Patreon page that can even compare. We got 5 different levels. It don't matter if you start at the very beginner's level. There's a treasure chest of wisdom and knowledge waiting on you when you get there. So you should become a patron today. To all the family that has donated to the General, I thank you. I appreciate you. Those that would like to donate, the link right over in the description in the chat, click it, donate, and I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasu Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Now, we talking about the secret connection between Washington, D.C., the Vatican, and the city of London. Where you got these city, states, countries inside of a country. What is the significance in these 3 global capitals? What is the significance? Now, that's why I had to bring to you the code of Saturn. Nobody talking about it because everybody else, they dealing, that's outdated. That's outdated information. You was led astray from the very beginning. You didn't know who the code of Saturn is. You too busy dealing with Santa Claus and which are not, and all of them is nothing but renditions. They are nothing but archetypes of the chief deity, which is Saturn. Whether it be Santa Claus, whether it be Yahweh, whether it be Allah, whether it be whether it be Pan, whether it be all the chief deities, are nothing but renditions of Saturn. If we can back it up, we can black it up. You see? And so now, when we go to the Vatican, you can see immediately when you go in. See, today I don't have, but you have to go on my Patreon, and I'm going to give you that work. You will see what people believe is St. Peter's sitting in there with the ring over his head. That's not St. Peter. That's Saturn. And then you see in that same St. Peter's Basilica, you will see Moses with the horns. You see, that's another form of Saturnism, Saturnism. You see, where they venerate in a hidden veil, and in a way where it's hiding behind a surface organization such as Christianity, such as Islam, such as such as Catholicism. That's what it is. It's just a surface. It's a veil, and behind that veil is the truth. People don't know why Moses got horns. Yeah, because that's and now when you talk about Pan, and you see Saturn and Pan is two sides of the same coin. Chronos, which is the Greek version of Saturn, is called the horned one. You see, the horned one. Even when you get off into the occult version of Solomon, they show Solomon with the horns. You see, they show, and I'll try to get something up here tomorrow. They show Solomon with the horns. This is a version of Saturn. That's exactly what it is. And so what you have here in DC, in London. Now, what's up with London? The city. Now, this is the city of London. This is not London. This is the city of London. It's a country inside a country. It's not, it does not have to abide by the rules of London. It don't have to, just like the Vatican don't abide by the rules of Italy, just like DC has its own rules. These are city-states, countries within inside a country. You see, now London, the city of London, which is inside of London, you see, is actually the area where the Romans first set up when they, began to colonize that, what they call Britannia. They called it Londinium. Okay, if you go to the city of London, you can still see where the wall was, where they built a fort around this area that they call Londinium, which is the city of London today. Now, the headquarters of the Bank of England is in the city of London. Okay, it's in this, so it's the financial capital, one of the financial capitals of the world. DC now New York, of course, they'll say, but Washington D.C. is the capital. You see, and then you got the Vatican, of course, which is another capital. And so the thing is, what we have to understand when you're dealing with that financial global control, Saturn in Rome, if you go to the Roman Forum right now today, you will see the remnants of the Temple of Saturn. Okay, the Temple of Saturn. And inside of that temple was the treasury. Okay, inside of that temple was the treasury. And so the high priest and the priests of Saturn were in control of many aspects of finance, global control for the Roman Empire. And it has remained so to this day. Now, this cult has taken on many names, but it has hidden the fact that it comes from this ancient worship of this deity Saturn that is still being venerated right now today. And we can go over all the aspects of it to prove it. It's not nothing but it's been taken out. It's not even conscious to people. Because they think everything is festivities and everything is just a jolly, good time. And so the symbols is there, but it's so many symbols that to it come a blur. That's what they do. You see, so the treasury was in the temple of Saturn. So one of the organizations that manifested, which was the cult of Saturn, was the Knights Templar. The Knights Templar. They also, during the medieval period, they manifested control over the economics of Europe and other areas, loaning. You see, loan sharks and shit, just like the Jews. The Rothschilds, they came up as the Rothschild. Believe it or not. And do you understand that they were all attacked for the very same thing? They were attacked. The Knights Templar, they had gained so much control over the medieval area till where they had more money than the goddamn kings, the queens, the royalty. They was loaning the kings and the royalty of Europe, loaning the money so they could have wars and shit and this, that, and the third. And the king of France was so jealous because he owed the Knights Templar so much money that he threw, I don't know if they was trumped up charges, but they threw charges on them that they were worshiping Satan, that they were worshiping skulls and shit. And nah, I'm not going to argue that point. I don't, if they were, wasn't, they were members of Saturn. And so they continue the same policy that from the Roman period, they did the same thing, that the priests of Saturn established the same blueprint of financial control during the Roman Empire. The Knights Templar picked up that same formula. The Rothschilds picked up that same formula, and they running it right now today. And these areas are the three main areas of economic control over the whole planet. And they are countries inside of countries. You see? And the Vatican, when you look at the Vatican, a lot of people don't understand. You got to understand. In Rome, the chief priest was called the Pontifex Maximus. He wore a hood over his head. And sometimes he have this red cap on his head too. And the Pope wear that same cap. He wear that same hood in various rituals. He took on that title, Pontifex Maximus. He took it from the Roman chief priest and many emperors and Caesars. Julius Caesar was the Pontifex Maximus. I believe Octavius Augustus, he was a Pontifex Maximus. And you will see statues of them, and they wear this veil, over their head, and that's the same. They show Jesus in that same light where he had the hood over his head. Many of them, but Saturn also wore the hood over his head. So the Pontifex Maximus was the chief priest of the god Saturn. And I got it in there to show you. Now today, the Pope is the Pontifex Maximus. He took that title, and you can go right there in that basilica, and you will see where Saturn is sitting there with the ring over his head. They say it's St. Peter, but it's not. And then you will go right down there, and you will see Moses with the horns on his head. You see, and Moses got statues where he got horns on his head all over the place. You see, got horns all over the place. But but this is how that's how they play you. I mean, when you go up under St. Peter's, it's built on a goddamn it was I don't think it was partially a cemetery, and then there's chapels and shit man, they got some demons up under that motherfucker. They show one, it's a whole street of different various temples and shit up under the Vatican. They built on top of it. So when you could go down up under it, they done cleaned out all the tombs and temples. So you can actually go in them. And they had one where the motherfucker had bat wings and he riding on a damn horse. You see? So that's right up under the Vatican. So, they attach. Now, I was going to do this one video and show you all of the state capitals and shit. They allegiance is to Rome. This is a Roman colony. So when I tell you that they venerate Saturn, and so when you look and one of his aspects is Chronos, where he eats his children, he castrates his father. His lust for power is uncontrollable. He don't see nobody before him. He don't see nobody after him. He want power, so much power that he's looking for immortality, where if he could live forever, he would never give up power. That's really what the lust for power is infinite, is without end. So you know what you're dealing with when you deal with him. And when you think about, Saturn was the god of abundance, the golden age. And I get off in that, and that goes back over to Set, and I'm going to deal with that. But I need y'all to understand this aspect of it first, because that's different. That's going to flip the script. But Saturn was the god of abundance, he was the god of wealth. That's why the treasury was held in his temple. You see what I'm saying? So when you hear the MAGA movement and Donald Trump say, "Make America great again," that's a Saturnian motto. They want to get back to the golden age. You see, they trying to get back to the pinnacle of wealth and power. And so that's what Saturn he exemplifies, that power and wealth and abundance. And you can see that all through Hollywood, and you got different levels. All that Luciferian, and that's lower level, even though is to be, you recognize it. You know what I'm saying? But those that's on that, they're at the highest level of this shit. When you talk about the 13 bloodlines, and it's more than that. But when you look at, some of the highest, institutions of power, that code of Saturn is damn near at the top. You see them, that Roman bloodline, because it all go back to Rome. Greece is one thing that's more intellectual, but when it's power is Rome. When they start putting it, that hand down, as far as when you look, all is Rome. They put their hand on the world with that iron fist down, and they put they conquered, and that military and shit, in thousands of years, and even Constantinople, which is a different branch of the Roman Empire. But, this is what it is. So when you look at London, and you look at all of them are the, centers of power, of Saturnian worship and authority. You can go and look, and you will see it for your goddamn Londinium, the city of London, the Bank of London, and it's also within Londinium a temple of the Knights Templar. It's also a church of the Knights Templar in the city of London. You got the headquarters of the Bank of England, and that was the area. And so even when y'all niggas doing Christmas, that's Saturnalia. That's what the fuck it is. It's Saturnalia. You venerating. And then, you know, the carnival celebration is Saturnalia. So it don't matter which one of them holidays, whether it's Mardi Gras, that's Saturnalia. That's Christmas is Saturnalia. That all of those holidays that venerate the carnival atmosphere, drinking and reveling, that's how Christmas used to be until they shut the shit down. They you know, because it had got so wild and shit. The Puritans outlawed the shit for a while. You know what I'm saying? They outlawed it in England and then they brought it back. But a lot of them fled to America, you know, because they had killed one of the kings and they had banned all the holidays. These was like Puritans and shit. You know, I think it's Cromwell and shit, you know. And when he took over, they came into England. They was on some Puritan shit, cutting out all the holidays. And then it didn't turn out like they wanted to. And so they asked the king to come back. And many of the Puritans, they understood, well, the king is back. Obviously, it's going to be retribution and shit. And so a lot of them came their ass over to America. And when they got here, they canceled Christmas. They canceled Easter. They canceled a lot of, because they were practicing all those holidays like Carnival Saturnalia. Okay, so that's, even when you out here, that's Saturnalia. So you still venerating the energy, and one of his aspects is Pan, where all that deviance and shit, he's the horn god. That's why when you come into the 12 month, not even the 12 month, you talking about January, which is the first month. They didn't move it all around, but December was the 10th month. But that's Capricorn, the goat, Pan, in the house of Saturn. You see, so Saturn and Pan are two sides of the same coin. You get Saint Nicholas and Krampus. You get Jesus and Lucifer. It's the same concept that's been it's an archetype, it's a rendition, and the original was Saturn and Pan. Let's get it. Ain't nobody gonna give it to you like the general. I got this shit. I didn't watch motherfuckers on YouTube. They ain't dropping it right. They lacking. You see what I'm saying? They lacking. They ain't got the whole and complete understanding of it. You see what I'm saying? We'll get to the cube. You see, we'll get to the cube, because that Kabbalism that's the veneration of Saturn. That's why when you look at, when they show you Solomon, because Solomon is the master of the Kabbalah. You see what I'm saying? And so when you get Kaaba, which is cube, you see that's where that cube, you see that black cube come all over the world. That come from off them damn Jews' head. And that's the same cube that you see out there in Mecca, that you see the Kaaba, which is the cube, the veneration of the cube, period. That's what it is. And they do their prayers. They go around it in a circle like the rings of Saturn. That's how they do that. And if you don't believe it, check this out. Ask yourself this. When you go boxing, I'm going to show you something. Boxing. Now, why do they call it a boxing ring when they know it's shaped like a cube? Huh? See? You know, and so they had a lot of them gladiator in the Colosseum in veneration of Saturnalia. They would have the gladiators and shit in veneration of Saturnalia. But today they call it a boxing ring, even though they know it's a cube. Look at it. I'm gonna be black tomorrow, family. We got a lot of powerful information. You ain't gonna get it like this nowhere else. This is General. Hit that subscribe button, like the video, like it, and share it with your family and friend. And man, I got some fire for y'all tomorrow. We're gonna black it up. Come on, black, and I'm gonna add some more to it because I got that fire. Get over there to Patreon because that's where you see the visuals. I'm gonna freestyle you a classic. But when you see these visuals that I got, and I got an 8-part series, goddamn it, you ain't gonna know what planet you stand on. Cause I'm gonna wake your ass up. And when I pull this veil back, you're gonna be like, I can't believe this shit. All right, family. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.